So I challenged my wife a number of years ago. Because when it comes to the matter of finance, if you don't sort it out, destiny prosecution will be very complicated. And so I challenged her. I said, God's hand is on your life as it is upon my life. I know it's traditional mindset that the man is provider, right? And so the woman doesn't need to worry too much. Is that correct? Yeah. So as long as things are happening in the man's life, we're cool. But I refuse to believe that it was normal that certain volumes was not coming in her direction, especially because she's a ministry gift and a blessing. If you're not a blessing, you can say, okay, there's no reason for the people to communicate to you. Paul said, as you communicate spiritual things, people communicate in carnal things, right? And so, in fact, he said, don't I have the right to demand? Because once you've committed to spiritual things, you should. It is how it's supposed to be. Those that, minister at the altar should live from the altar. That's what God said. So you are blessing lives. People are blessed all over the world. It's not normal that nobody just reaches out and says, Madam, you bless my life, take. But she won't feel that pressure as long as... Are you following what I'm saying? Yeah, so we can just keep going like that and we'll be all right. God will be blessing. That's why I said some children don't know there is problem. Because some of your parents have labored enter into their rest. So you don't know yet. Because of certain time clocks, you're not conscious of the things you should be conscious of, and sorting out the things you should be sorting out now, early enough. I hope somebody's following me to that point. And so I shared that to her, then she intentionally engaged it. And said, this thing must stop. This thing must stop. And then one of those nights, I don't know how long it took. How long did it take? One of those nights, she has an encounter. You remember? One of those nights, she has an encounter. And she's sitting inside the vehicle. And she's sitting beside an old woman, right? Huh? A young person. Okay. And why are you laughing? How many things will I keep in my head? So anyways, a young woman sitting beside her and said, what's your name? She said, my name is Aini. That's what she heard. So she woke up and she's a prophetic dreamer. Celebrate grace, celebrate grace. So they usually speak to her in all those codes. She will come online, she will check. One time she had veil rolls. And then this means she'll be asking for interpretation of some very interesting. I thought I have capacity to understand dreams until I said, your own dreams. God will help me. So, she thought it was one of those maybe Greek names or whatever name. So she went online and then she was browsing for Aini. She didn't see any Aini. Okay, you were repeating it. Aini. So he realized, I said, it's Yoruba. Aini means I don't have. Lack. I'm feeling like my father right now. Many Tush people in our generation don't know. One room, plenty cobwebs. Light has not entered that place in 20 years. Because you have not really had the need to on the light. But once destiny fulfillment begins, and then the volumes are necessary, that's not the time to find out that you are sitting with who? Aini. It's no pressure as long as your parents are all right. Why are you stressing yourself? Aini can chill with you. You and Aini can be playing. So, anyways, she dealt with the matter, and the rest is history. Celebrate Jesus. So for this introduction, I think the safe place to end this is to ask you to do a quick assignment. It's a series, so we're not in a hurry. Which areas of your life look like they are out of order? Write it out. Write it out. Exam day is coming. It's not going to be a service. It will be a life experience. That's not the day to begin to trash things out. So write it out. This area, this area, this area. There's no light in the room. You can have another subtitle or heading. Suspected areas. Or suspicious areas. It means right now you can't feel the direct heat of the darkness because somebody else has light who is over you. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? That's what I've been saying the last few minutes. Somebody else is helping to give you a cushion effect, a soft landing. So you don't know yet that directly to you, nobody has ever looked at you. And because of you, not your parents. Somebody didn't get what I just said. Yeah. Some of you have parents who did the job. You know that there are favors you can receive because of them. Is that correct? Yeah. I remember I was in Abuja, just landed. Somebody had been in the flight, didn't say anything, didn't do as if he knew us or anywhere. And then after a while, we entered into the bus, shuttle bus to go from the flight to the airport building. And then this guy taps me, was at my back, tapped me. Oyor. I said, yes, sir. He said, in mention one strange year, 1994 or something like that. He said, your father, bless my life, blah, 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 blah. Please, take this $100, it's for your son. I said, this guy will not know. My challenge is that he will not know. He might not realize how much work, how much labor, how much ground clearing has happened before him. Can it be? He was born in my father's generation. Where will you see $100? In a generation where they can sell the whole family to buy umbrella. The poverty had hunchback. Grandfather said, give me children, make us poor. That was the covenant. Because he lost 8 children. Not 8 miscarriages. Did you hear what I just said? And he still had 7 after. And that woman was a strong woman. One woman. Children were always dying. And so he told the Dibia, he said, he was a very wealthy man. He said, give me children. What is wealth without children to inherit it? Take all the wealth. Give me children. The children were born and they realized there is problem when it comes to the area of what? Finances. That room, they've locked it. They've put bolt. You know bolt? They've put, what else again? They have cemented the door with the wall. You can't even see the door again. The room is under lock and key. But thank God for God raising a pioneer in the person of Dr. G.F. Oyor to say this matter must come to an end. Among so many things that were going on in the family, I'm saying after all that clearing and sorting things out, a grandchild or a great-grandchild is born or a great-great-grandchild, will they understand what has happened? No, we don't know. They will not know. And for some of you who are listening to me, some of your fathers or grandfathers or whatever locked a room, consciously locked a room, gave demons permission to dwell in the house. Did somebody hear what I just said? Yeah.